You help make sure that the air we breathe, the water we drink, the foods we eat are safe. You protect the environment not just for
We do use water in large quantities. You know, water is essential to life. Without water, there is no life.
Water is a very important contribution to life. From recreation and transportation to demographics and even aesthetics, water has been the main source of life in all organisms. Despite the importance of water, with mining, sewage, contamination, overfishing, and eutrophication, purity of water significantly decreases. The documentary will expose the water contamination crisis and explain how large organizations are a major contributor in this situation. Moreover, it will explain how these organizations have not attempted to help the crisis, rather leave it to the following generation. This in turn creates ecological instability and continually degrades the quality of water. The issue presented is how water is currently being affected, why the issue is not being controlled, and what can be done to reduce the impact of polluted water. Current knowledge can be used to dismiss the problem, but there is very little effort taken, and the ones who are putting in an effort are being shut down. According to the Newswire print, an average of about 20% of the water treatment systems has abused the Safe Drinking Water Act within the last 5 years. Although large organizations willingly distribute contaminated water, there have not been any extreme measures taken to solve the problem. Another concern is the commoditization of water, and it is a main reason for why water quality is being degraded, says the journalist Shah. Advertising water raises profits for large wealthier countries while increasing poverty in other regions. This affects the sanitation levels of poorer countries while making the standard of life harder. Two areas for which people can be categorized into the control of water: those who attempt to help the problem and those who are making it worse. The companies that make a profit from degrading water will continue to do this for as long as they are benefiting from it and accumulating money. The other point of view is highly repressed and not accounted for in many other documentaries. It is the view of how certain individuals as well as companies are trying to alleviate the pressure of this issue. Many articles that will express their opinions on how there is not enough commitment to helping the issue, but these are very biased because there is a large group of individuals who are attempting to help the situation. According to the journalist Tovi, institutions such as the EPA are a major help. These 2 points of view are based upon factual information, as there is a significant amount of research done on it. The facts show that without the implementation of clean water principles, the environment will continue to degrade, thus affecting the drinking standard of water. This involves the percent of waste recycled to the profit, investment, and cost. The factual elements that reinforce the helping point of view is the Clean Water Act, which is one of the processes that takes into account all the indicators and safeguards the quality of water. Many skeptics might criticize the article by saying that water contamination is happening naturally or that there are misinterpreted data. These statements can be corrected by showing evidence taken by renowned scientists. Another way to prove this issue is to evaluate the amount of diseases and contaminants in the water, which could include arsenic or radioactive elements. According to the map, there are areas which are extremely hot and are represented by red, and those that are extremely cold which are represented by blue. Waterways are affected in this case because life thrives on certain temperatures. Additionally, certain creatures or bacteria can either rapidly increase or decrease along with the water temperature. Areas like Africa would not have the same water as in Canada. Thus, the temperature, which is affected by pollution, can affect certain creatures and bacteria. If we take a closer look at one of the larger countries, such as the United States, we can see that it is directly related to this issue. The United States is a well-developed country, but at the same time it is battling with many polluted waterways. These waterways are delivering water to millions of people in addition to agricultural production, and is heavily polluted with many contaminants and waste products. The map illustrates the amount of total dissolved solids in the water. The darker blue areas represent more TDS, whereas the lighter areas represent the soft TDS. By looking at the map, it is concluded that there are many hard total dissolved solids within the water, and as a result, there is a lot of contamination. I believe that without adequate sanitation, the environment is threatened with the concerns of viruses, chronic effects, and large environmental issues. Moreover, large organizations should be penalized for their illegal activity. By not taking action, water contamination will continue and amplify to larger regions of clean water. Some of the ways to decrease the amount of pollution can be to reduce the amount of carbon emissions from companies. With solar-powered and electronic cars, the amount of pollution can be heavily reduced. Furthermore, by simply reducing the amount of waste that is released into the water, there can be a much better future for water.